And I realized that's back when we had all special music, right? Copyright music. So the first 10 minutes of this VOD will be muted, but other than that, it should be good. Thanks for dropping in, those of you. I know it's late night in Europe. So my European viewers are going to be more and more alienated. Thankfully, the West Coast viewers, who are kind of busy 9 to 5, are going to get a little bit more access to the stream. As we're going to start going into the kind of, I guess, peak broadcast hours a little bit more. Whereas normally we kind of cut off at the start of those over the last few months. We'd cut off at, 4 to 6 p.m. LA time over the last few months. 10 p.m. over there. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. Central Europe, 9 p.m. But on the weekend, daylight savings finishes for me. So that means this same time for me, normal stream start time, is going to be 11 p.m. for you guys. So I do apologize for that. I wish I could... I wish it wasn't like that, but that is the way it goes. US West, yay! Just happy to have a fair server for once. No. Forgot to say the magic word. No.
What's going on? Go ahead. Let's go. Big job, huh? In the rear with bad news, huh? Yo. Yep. Ah.
Command center has been upgraded.
Bad news. The Grim Reaper has arrived. In the rear, huh? SCV ready. Yep. I'm listening. Go, go, go! Got some. SCV ready. What's it worth? Nothing I can't handle. That's all? Let's do this. Done. Agreed. Yes, indeed. SCV ready. On the way. Fair enough. All right. Whole lot of pain. You're the Reaper Man. SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Oh yeah, baby. I'm going. Certainly. SCV ready. What? You want something? Got something for me to kill? Who wants some? I'm going. SCV ready.
We don't mind started a little bit
Command
late.
center has been upgraded.
Shout out to Printf's Minute Micro for teaching me how to do the bounce. I still took the hit because we didn't time it perfectly, but I actually knew what I was supposed to do, which is a big difference.
Want a piece of me, boy? This better be good. SCV ready. Oh yeah. I'm listening. Go, go, go! Nothing I can't handle. Armed and ready. SCV ready. Go ahead. SCV ready. Orders. Oh yeah.
We ready for dump time.
Gangway coming through.
Ready for pickup?
Add-on is up and running.
SCV ready. Who wants? Been waiting on you. Who wants some?
Pick an effort.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready. Roger. This better be.
Now what? Drop it off.
SCV ready.
confirmed.
Fueled up, ready to go. SCV ready.
Armed and ready. Use this for
Waiting on you.
They're hitting our SCVs.
SCV ready.
I've been waiting by the number. This better be earned.
SCV ready.
In the pipe.
Add-on is up and running.
SCV ready.
Talk to me.
Let's have a blast.
SCV ready.
ETA. Flight.
SCV ready.
Heading out. Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Add-on complete.
What's good? Big job, huh? Bad news? SCV ready. Ah! In the ring. Going.
It's go time. Gangway coming through.
Well, hell.
SCV ready.
Ready for dust off.
Armed and you've been this by the you've been
We're done with the research.
you want a piece of me, boy? Let's have a blast. This you who wants some? This been
Ready for dust off.
Huh? I'm going.
bad news.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Keep your shirt on, Spartan. You who wants some?
Ready for dust off.
Upgrade complete.
Armed
We're done.
gangway coming through. Been waiting. Armed and ready. This better be easy, boy. Yes, it's go time. Go,
Understood.
go, go.
Waiting on you. Ready for dust.
Let's have a blast. Who wants this? You want a piece of me, boy?
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Go, go, go. Oh, it's on.
Liberation is at hand.
Awesome. Gangway coming through. Go, go. Been waiting. You want a piece of me, boy? Who wants some? Boom, baby. Gangway coming through.
We have you on string.
Armed and ready. It's go. Roger that. Go, go, go. And forward. By the gangway. Come, let's have a blast. Been waiting on. Armed and ready. Let's go.
Mineral field depleted.
Why not? You want a piece of me, boy? Looking forward to eat. It's go time.
We've completely mined out a mineral field.
Go, go, go! Armed and ready. You gonna give me gangway coming through. This better be good. This better be gone.
Ben?
This better be good. Let's have a blast. Gangway coming through. You shot him. What son of a...
SCV ready.
Oh, it's on. I'm on it. You want a piece of me, boy? This better it's go time.
Woo!
You gonna give me orders?
I had a really good day yesterday. I had a good 8.5 kilometer run. I cooked a gigantic batch of spaghetti bolognese. I defended the Avenger from the fucking dirty aliens that shot it down without taking a single point of damage on any of my soldiers.
What's going on?
That's an XCOM thing.
Nothing left in that.
I did a bunch of work and organized a bunch of shit. I think the good day yesterday. Good day yesterday.
Completely mined out a mineral field.
Starting off with a very good game today, very decisive. Kept up my production really well while microing, which I never do.
On screen.
Big job.
Pulled the Drilly Boys as well to finish it, and just obviously, you know, really quite a tight opening. Despite playing on, people are always like, oh, Pig's so lying about the whole he plays better on the US West server. I do, I'm telling you guys, I have much better muscle memory. You can tell I micro better, and I find my rhythm a lot better when I'm playing US West with 170 ping, as opposed to Australia. What pace per kilometer? 5 minutes 20 yesterday. So a lot of people who actually run like really seriously are like, I do a 5-minute mile, and I'm like, you're fucking actually an athlete, like in my mind. Yeah, I normally just jog. But I've started to run a little bit faster steadily, so it's actually for the first time in years actually improved its speed a little bit. 5-minute mile is fucking fast, man. Like when people talk about that, and then they also talk about how they're not very good, I'm like, oh, so you're a Master League Masters 2 player who says they're really bad at StarCraft because they're nowhere near as good as Cyril. Like. But yeah, so the push across the map is but yeah, like I said 5 minute 20 per kilometer, not per mile, guys. Per kilometer. It's nowhere near as fast. Nowhere near. A kilometer is a mile is 1.6 kilometers. This is infinitely slower than that. So anyway, this marine push out that I always do now, but pulling it back immediately when I realize they're coming in is obviously really good. He just didn't react in the main, bit of a big screw up from Disc, and this is what gave me my edge into this game. Normally I lose from there, but what I did was I calmly saved the Widow Mines. I'd actually forgot my third Widow Mine, so it was only 2. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. It's more important that I keep it alive and potentially go back in. His Stalkers were way out on the map, looking to see if there was another push coming. Because he's been playing this 3cc meta where everyone's doing like tank pushes behind this. And in fact, we were casting him doing that same stuff. But look at that. Like, this was really nice. I actually completely forgot about this drop for the rest of the game, by the way. Did I end up F2ing it into my army at some point, I wonder? Because I really should have been trying to boost it into the main. But as long as his Stalkers stayed in the main, it did its job. So let's actually take a look at this. Did it just F2 into my army? What happened with this drop? Yeah, it did at some point. But those Stalkers stayed in the main for a long time. So it did a good job. It did a good job despite that. I was like, surely, I'm sure I F2'd at some point in this fight. Would have been cool if I dropped it in that mineral line during the fight, right? I kind of distract at the front, boost in, unload the mines, and then stim forward as I'm telling those to burrow. That would have been a real nice way of doing it. Where he would have needed to react really quickly to move those Stalkers to like here, where they can actually blink down. Or he would need to blink from there over here quickly. So it's unlikely he'd be able to do that. But yeah, this was this single tank and then this Liberator being added in as well actually made a huge difference. Notice how when he turns to run, I always shoot the Immortals first. If you can stop the Immortals from escaping, that's the most important thing. But yeah, that tank did epic damage. So, just after watching a bunch of pro games, I kind of realized, look, pros always build at least 1 or 2 tanks. And I haven't been doing it. I've been trying to rush straight into the mines and the stim and the shields. But having a single tank or 2 to reinforce your position, just so they can't just stand there and force field, slow down your push forever, is so powerful. And if you've got the gas, if you can rally 1 or 2 libs in, that's amazing as well. So I actually was on a lot more marine production for a little while with that reinforce. Not as many marauders for a bit there. And you'll notice 4th and 5th barracks, no add-on. And I also ramped up my depot production at a few crucial points in this game, so I didn't really get supply blocked at all. So I was actually really, really impressed. Let's do a little benchmark. So when my push hits, I hit with 14 Marines, 6 Marauders, 4 Mines, Siege Tank, 2 Medevacs. I had 2 more Medevacs basically there. So you could actually say 4 Medevacs, 6 Mines, right? And then just Bio Rally, more Mines, etc., etc. So I think this is actually a very good push timing for me. Yeah, having such a good mine and medevac count and the +1 attack and everything, it's real good. Been doing a little bit better with this, kind of baiting people forward and picking up and leaving. That one wasn't as clean as it should have been, but you know what? He ends up having to burn all of his force fields. And these zealots charge into a pretty bad spot. I thought I might get overwhelmed, but basically at any top point, your Widow Mines get to fire and then recharge. That's usually a game winner. If he can't get rid of those mines before they recharge, he's in big troubles. Those 2 mines didn't do a lot, but these other 2 mines, if they recharge, you know, it just gets to this point where you've got like, oh, here come another 2 mines in Burrow. Oh, those 2 mines can fire again. And the Zealots really lose their power. He only went single forge, which is usually better for defending these sorts of attacks. But GG's. Really, really proud of myself, guys. Normally I would not be able to beat Disc. Don't get me wrong, my MMR was 5500 not that long ago with Terran, and it will get back there. But it's dropped recently, and even if I'm at 5500, beating someone with a 500 MMR advantage over my kind of peak Terran, that's feeling good. Wanted to just sit there and revel in that for a little bit. You guys are like, Pig, okay, you're watching yourself win. Like, why are you doing this? To feel good. Feel good. Bum, bum.